Hello and welcome to Tech Talk, a Podaholiks podcast with Andrew Thomas from digitalnexa.com and Glenn Power from Sand Dance Tyre. The boys are going to sit down. They're going to unravel the world of technology for you this week. You're going to love it. Here it is. This is Tech Talk.
We are recording Mr. Power.
Tech Talk.
You're quite lucky, by the way, having a name like Power. Because it's... Yeah, but anything. Oh, yeah, I hadn't even thought of the car thing. Yeah, my car thing for you is more... You can call any car you're in a G-Wagon.
Well,
there's that.
Yeah.
But Power, I just feel like is a strong... Like, you're either going to be something involved in cars or an athlete.
well,
You know, Power, do you know what I mean?
I ain't no athlete.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that, but yeah. It's just... Sorry.
But,
So we're Tech Talk. Tech Talk is coming to us live this week. So in this show, Mr. Pikeaway is replaced by Mr. Power.
Yeah.
So thank you, Glenn, for joining us for Tech Talk this week. So I guess we're going to bounce around a bit as we usually do. James and I also talk about the fact, like car talk, that we never go to notes. But I wanted to jump in talking about apps, because me and James talk about apps quite a lot. But I guess we're quite similar in the tech field. So from an app perspective, what are those kind of top? Let's look at top 5 apps you can't live without. And I want to see if there's any difference.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Can't live without.
Yeah.
This answer's only applicable now because I'm still having to feed the baby in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm winding her,
Yeah.
I'm just on my phone.
Yep.
So I can check the time, make sure she's been up right long enough, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And that would be
Is it a Hero Dad app?
No.
That's what you...
Twitter. And the only reason it's
Twitter
Twitter is because Twitter has got night mode. I can't. Flipboard's my best app. It's my
Right.
favourite app.
So Flipboard's your
So
favourite
Flipboard's
app.
my
Flipboard's
favourite
number one.
But
Night mode as in dark mode?
yeah, Flipboard apparently has it, but not on Android.
Right, okay.
So and I just left Twitter in dark mode. It just looks cooler anyway.
Yeah.
It just looks better anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But Flipboard. But the reason I say it's only applicable till I stop having to do night feeds.
Yeah.
I just hate my phone, mate.
Really?
I mean, we've been sat here for an hour now, and it's just constantly going
It's
off.
constant.
Doing my head.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're definitely a popular man.
So I'm not, well.
I mean, you need to get your profile off Grindr, mate, and stop messing about.
Yeah, that's definitely not
That
what
would be
they are.
amazing if you said that was top 3 apps, and you'd be like,
Just come
what?
out on a podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's good, especially when you're talking about winding your newborn baby, and then the next app that I can't live without.
Yeah, but no, that is literally.
So Twitter and
because if I didn't
Flipboard.
have Twitter, I'd fall asleep and drop the baby off the bed, which has
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Well, I can edit that bit out. It's fine. It's a podcast, so we can edit that bit out. So I mean, so on Twitter, I'm interested for your Twitter usage then. So how long have you been on Twitter?
2009.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was that like? Messaging your mates, communication, or was
That
it?
account doesn't exist anymore, mate. Because if that account existed, I would not get employed.
And you wouldn't be married.
People check that stuff now, right?
And you wouldn't be married.
Well, no. People check that stuff now, right?
Yeah, true. Very
you know
true.
what made me delete it? Before I got married, and we decided kids. Before Amy even lived out here.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Man United fan, right?
Right.
And season ticket, and kept it up, and obviously when I moved out here, as bad as this sounds, that was the thing that was my, do I go or not? Because if I go, I'm not going to be able to see the games.
Yeah. No, but that's a real thing, mate. Yeah, I've got
How
a few
does that
mates.
sounds to friends and family?
Few mates as well that have had the same decision.
My family and mates know that about me anyway,
Yeah.
but it doesn't come as a surprise to them.
Yeah.
But, so I used to, obviously the time difference doesn't help, but I'd religiously watch every game.
Okay.
I would work early on the days I needed to finish early to get home to see the games. I'd make sure I saw I'd do it for the Europeans and the midweeks, which started at midnight in the winter. And I'd make sure I watched them all. But I would be trying to keep in touch with back home, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like why I watch Sky News. I never watch the news at home.
Yeah.
watch the news
Just
here.
that connection.
It's just that connection thing, and it's like, and I do it, and I pick up a free newspaper in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read the news, they're all crap.
Yeah.
But I just picked them up, and that's just how it was. And Twitter just kept me that connection to people back home. And I used to tweet all the time.
But so, just from a DM perspective, mates, they'd use it instead of SMS and stuff, or
not even as much as that, because WhatsApp covered that. It was just like venting.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to the football. We go to the game on a coach.
So very sports orientated then.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we go to the game for be an hour on a coach plus the toilet stops.
Of course.
No rules on the coach, so you drink what you want. And we'd be an hour on the way there and an hour on the way back, and 3 hours in the pub before. And if when we used to be decent and we were challenging for the league, if the second place team were playing after us, we'd stay in the bar after and watch them.
Yeah, make sure they lose.
Yeah. And because I didn't have that, Twitter filled that void. So I just like ran, and I remember seeing a tweet, and I honestly can't remember who it was, but somebody had tweeted who followed me, whatever you want to call it. Someone I knew, I think, saying, "Can't you tell United have played today? My timeline's just full of Glenn. I can't remember what my handle was." And I was like,
"Power to the G."
Whatever it was, man, I don't know. I can't even remember, mate. Womb Raider or something like that. But I can't claim credit for that, because that was when we used to. That's a good one, actually. Got to talk about that a bit too. But no, we whatever it was, and I remember thinking, and I was here obviously at the time, and I remember thinking, this isn't good. I think I'd actually just been approached to take a job in Azerbaijan.
Right. Okay.
For a Jaguar Land Rover workshop.
Right.
And I thought, if they look me up,
you're a nutter.
See some of this stuff on here. I mean, some of it, obviously.
As
a United
fan,
it's
passion. You're passionate.
People we hate, and there's things we love, and you used to say some things, and I was 23, 24.
You were young and passionate. Let's put it down to that.
So that got deleted.
Yeah.
Since started it again. In fact, I think you set the account up for me when I did Glenn That Car Guy.
Glenn That Car Guy, yeah.
So it started off as I would just follow things that were applicable to me, but it's slowly. You just start like now, because I'm using it all the time. For the last 6 months, I've been using it every night, 2-3 times a night.
But you're digesting content, or you're tweeting, or
so sometimes there's a lot of the stuff I'm following is like Discovery, science stuff, science tech crunch, science that sort of stuff, and it's just I just like the little. And sometimes, mate, some of the one-liners you see from people on there, some of the responses. There's certain tweets from people where you think, man, the responses to this are going to be brilliant. And you scroll down, and you get to the point where you think, and then there's just one, and it's like, thank you for that.
A gem.
And it's like, and it's just so.
Have you? I mean, you and me are both journeymans on the road. Have you? Yeah. I mean, I've got, for me, podcasts. And also Audible for audiobooks have taken over from a kind of app perspective. Are you on that as well?
I'm too tight to pay for anything.
Fair enough.
I get all my.
Have you got Pike away nuts? Us talk about this. Being Canadian, I mean, he's very short arms and very long pockets. Peel an orange in his pocket without letting the smell out kind of character. And he's got an $8 limit on stuff. $8 limit.
Well, mate, that's a weekly shop for me.
Really?
No, I don't pay for it, and that sounds really bad. But I absorb all the adverts that they get thrown at me on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
But I get most of the podcast stuff I listen to on YouTube.
Okay.
Still to this day, recycle the old XFM stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington,
Stephen
Merchant, and then their podcasts, their audiobooks. I did legitimately download their audiobooks because, rightly so, they charge for them. They keep getting brought down off YouTube.
And they're Comedy Genius as well.
It's brilliant. And I did do those, and
the what was it? Midget Fighting League, the MI.
Cambodian CMFL. One lion, 40 midgets. Yeah.
For those of you that haven't listened to those, you need to go back and listen to them because they're. I mean, it's Comedy Genius, and
and I tell you what, it's that good. I don't want them to do it again.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, you'd be.
It's not like Terminator 2 scenario. No. It's like, why do you believe that?
Yeah. You'd be hard pushed to replicate that kind of comedy.
Yeah, but no, because I'm driving all the time, I don't listen to radio here.
Do you use Are you a Google Maps guy or a Waze guy? What are you?
Everyone keeps pushing me towards Waze, but because my phones have always got Google Maps, I'm always an Android guy, so I've never had an Apple. So it's always Google. Yeah. Maps works well for me.
Okay, you're happy with it?
Works well for me.
And then any other I mean, I'll tell you some of the ones that I've got, and let's see if these kind of pop up on yours. I've got Mixcloud.
Check.
Yeah, you listen to that. I've got a bit of something called Hilton Honors because I'd stay in there. Now, are you a Snap, Facebook, Insta?
Never been Snap.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram again.
For the business one. Any banking apps on there?
Emirates MBD.
Okay, so you got that. See, I've kept a really clean new phone, and what I did is that's it, one swipe. Because my other one was about 20 different swipes, and it was just getting ridiculous.
Although saying that, I've got a Microsoft file, a Google file, and a Tools file, which has got
all sorts. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Because those are the bits that from that side of things.
To be fair, mate, if I go on my personal phone, the only things that I've put on it, the Man United app, Pages Manager. Pages Manager's great. Don't use it enough, actually. If I use that, it'd be great.
It's very good.
I've got one here.
Oh, Kareem and Uber and all that.
Yeah, Kareem on there.
Yeah.
There's the game launcher, which I haven't got any games on. Oh no, I have Iron Desert.
Right.
It's not a bad game.
And WhatsApp.
Need to get
Obviously, everyone's got WhatsApp.
WhatsApp's there. The only ones I've added, Man United app, the Pages Manager. There's Do Entertainer, which I don't even know why that's on there because there's nothing on there.
I think because you got Do, I think the interesting thing is, so the reason
Flipboard I put on.
Flipboard. The reason I asked this is because a study came out this week and said that basically people are not downloading new apps. So that's what I mean. So if you all the apps we've spoken about have been around for 5 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's capturing people's attention to get it on there.
You don't. It's not funny, mate. I can remember when phones came out and you used to sit in the corner of the. I mean, I was still at school. I was 13 or 12 when I got my first mobile, and my mate had a Nokia where you could compose your own ringtones on it. I can't remember which one it was. 3210 or 6310, something like that.
Yeah.
And we'd sit there around him.
Yeah.
And you'd go on the internet and download these
ringtones. I
basically
remember.
Music sheets.
That's right.
Just numbers to
press.
That's
right.
And you'd play them in yourself.
Yeah. I think I had Knight Rider theme and all
that.
Yeah.
And then it was when it went polyphonic. Yes. Polyphonicringtones.com, and you download your own polyphonic ringtones. And you got internet on the phone. Exactly. And it'd GPRS. It'd take 4 weeks to download Stan. Everyone had Stan, Eminem. And it was like you just sit in the playground with someone playing Stan on a polyphonic phone. Everyone just sat, just arms folded, looking at each other. This is great, lads.
Genius. It's the best.
And but that was then, and then that moved on to everyone gathered around watching someone do a whip action with the phone, and it made a whip noise because you got that app. I don't need that anymore. Like you say, I want to swipe across once. And it's bad enough on my work phone when I've got 2 WhatsApp accounts. That's enough. I mean, that's. Do
you think there's kids nowadays that are actually, got ringtones? Like, I mean, I had Knight Rider as a ringtone, and I had 2 different message tones. I had one which was, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. And the other one was, he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Now, I only had that on for about an hour because it went off when I was in a crowded space here in Dubai.
Nice.
But obviously, questions were like, what is that? Oh, it's Life of Brian. What? So, I mean, now I've got nothing. I've got a standard ringtone. I've got a standard. I'm not. Do you reckon kids are?
Mate, I can remember, and these days it'd be a syndrome that you could get time off school for. Ringtone anxiety. I can remember it. Where it's like, oh no, a basic bell. I had a new ringtone for a while. I can remember being at work at this point as an apprentice, and people having Akon. Akon Lonely as their ringtone. Just the song playing, and you used to pay. You could pay Orange or O2 back home to have it. And
you hear they have the weird one, which is when you ring someone.
Oh man, Amy stitched me up with this before. So I'm driving the car. It's a Friday, and I just started a new job. And I'm like, I best answer this, but I'm driving and not got it connected. So I just answer it for me, please. And she picked it up to answer it and missed it. So just ring back and pass it and just hold it to my face. So she rings back and it comes up saying press 1.
Yeah.
Straight away. The first thing it says is press 1, and it's press 1 to copy this tune.
Oh, no.
She pressed 1.
No.
I've got Justin Bieber Despacito, mate, every time someone rings me, and I cancelled it, but it doesn't cancel for 30 days.
I think we started off talking about Grindr, right? This is
Truth coming out, yeah.
Exactly.
Truth exposed.
You're a believer.
Yeah.
You're a believer, and
That's
it, yeah. Oh, that's shocking.
I mean, she says it was an accident, but...
Yeah, I've got to be honest, mate. I think she's stitching you up.
I tell you what, I can admit to this, because it's many years ago.
And no one's listening to the podcast as well.
Probably
There
not.
is that. Yeah.
But I did... So, when you could record your voicemail message...
Yes.
So you'd ring up and it's
instead
of welcome to the orange answer phone. So you could have the where you say your name. So you'd say
Glenn.
Thank you for calling. Glenn isn't available right now. Please leave a message. Everyone said it the same way. No one said Glenn like normally. Glenn.
Yeah, no, I had the same thing. Andrew. Shouting in the phone.
Like you're trying not the phone don't work, you're trying to shout to the satellite.
Yeah.
But I sat and I had Dre 2001 album, right?
Yeah.
And there was a track on there which basically, using a slur for a female, which talks the word for a female dog, don't call here anymore. In like a really...
I think we're okay, you can say bitch, mate.
Old school, well, basically, in a really...
I might have dropped an F-bomb already, so I think we're alright with the word bitch.
But basically the first person to leave me a voicemail, my grandma.
Superb.
I mean...
Yeah. Well, funny enough, I did ring Pikeway a couple of weeks ago and it kicked into voicemail. So my voicemail, the first minute was...
Do you leave voicemails?
No, because it was surprise, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Who's got a voicemail? So I basically berated him for about a minute. Who are these a-holes that have voicemails? And then just hung up on it. Yeah. So it wasn't even like, there was just like absolute dog's abuse and then just hung up on it.
I can remember when the option was there to turn your voicemail off.
Yeah.
And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
I think what happens now is if you get a missed call, immediately you get a WhatsApp. Hey, listen, I tried calling you. Well, I know you tried calling me because I see a missed call.
You know, that's the worst thing here. Yeah. Because WhatsApp calling isn't supposed to work.
They'll
send you a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And you don't reply within 5 seconds. And they do a WhatsApp video call on you. And it rings. And it's like, I know you've sent me a message.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm driving. Yeah. This can't connect.
Yeah.
Stop.
I had a 20-minute conversation the other day with a client through WhatsApp audio. And 5 minutes in, I said, hey, listen, why don't I call you and then we can have a chat? Send it back. No, it's better like this. How is that better? I mean, my only thought was the guy's got to be on John. Because he doesn't want to have a conversation in a cubicle, but will happily whisper into her. Yeah. Oh, I had all sorts of things going on in my head.
Yeah, I remember my mate used to do the same.
Very weird.
Used to do the same thing. He was the first person I remember using it, and I thought, why are you doing that? Yeah. Why are you doing that? But a lot of people do it. I mean, I suppose here it makes sense because a lot of people can speak
better than they can write. Exactly.
Write.
Yeah. Including English folk, mate. To be fair.
And a lot of people smash the screens on the phone, so the keyboard doesn't work.
Really?
So, certainly in my workshop.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like work related.
I suppose one of those things.
I just, I mean, talking of apps, this thing came out this week that there's some apps can track your phone location, and we got the highlight here, 14,000 times a day, your actual location. Now, how are you with privacy online with your phone? Do you allow access to things? Because I want to talk about Alexa as well after this. But where are you in that kind of sliding scale of how much information someone's allowed about you?
It's really weird because I'm not George Orwell paranoid about it.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
But then I always think to myself, is that just because nothing bad's ever happened to me? The moment my bank account gets taken, I'll take it.
Yeah,
lads, actually. In fact, if you want to take it,
go for it. As long as you take all the loans and all the credit,
take debt with it.
All of that. Yeah, thanks very much.
But because nothing really bad's ever happened to me, I've never got to the
panic station,
immigration, and they've held me because someone's used my ID and done something. So maybe it's because of that. But I was a big thing for ID cards in the UK, and people stopped that.
Yeah,
didn't want that because they said it's an invasion. Yeah, I think there's a big. I can see the merits of, and this is going to be controversial, but I can see the merits of people giving fingerprint and DNA samples as a matter of course when you go into the country. I mean, swabbing your mouth and fingerprints, big deal. Yeah, I'm a big.
Because you haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I suppose, but I don't have any issue with privacy. I mean, it's not ideal if this app is going to tell your wife that when you said you're still stuck in a meeting, you're actually in the boozer.
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. Great. That's not great. No, that's not. Yeah, we don't need that sort of tracking software.
At the same time, I've never really been that paranoid about it. I kind of miss the whole 1984 Big Brother thing. And, and
I think it's. I mean, I'm a big. I mean, guys will know I will not put photos up online of any of the family, anything. I just won't. There won't be anything. But we do live in an environment where, I mean, effectively, the boys locally have got this side part of your palm when you take your Emirates ID. So obviously, if you're judo chopping people, they're going to know, right? But the thing is, he's screwed. But the thing is, it's kind of the only thing that slightly worries me on the back of this is the misuse of that data. So I think the thing is that there was kind of a couple of years ago when they were doing the full body scans in airports, it came out that basically the boys were at the back having a big old goosey gander at the birds going through there. Obviously you wouldn't. But they were having that. Now what's come out recently is that Alexa. So when you kind of say the home device, hey Alexa, what's this, what's that? It goes into a pool, and obviously Alexa listens to it. But now they're saying that some Amazon employees have access to those files as well. So I think the challenge is it's almost like I'm not worried about things for advertising, for example. I love the fact that I get targeted with personalised ad. And I know that I'm giving up a certain amount of freedom when I open an app or when I go on a website, that I'm going to get targeted, with particular ads, right, from that side of things. I'm okay with that. Yeah. But I think that the troubling part is that when you're giving up so much of this, it's what's the recourse on this? I mean, like you said, look, you deleted a Twitter account, right? Because of that scenario where there's things hanging around from that side of things.
The thing is, it didn't match. It wasn't a reflection of me anymore. No. Yet you could go back.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I wouldn't say I was ashamed of any of that.
No, of course not.
And perhaps if I'd not been going for that job at the time, or been talking about going for that job at the time, I might not have even thought about
it. No, but this is the worry now. I mean, like, take a 15-year-old Glenn and a 15-year-old Andrew. Now, if at that time I had access to a platform to, vent or to share thoughts or this kind of stuff, there's no way I would ever want a record of that. Ever. And I think if you turn around and go, oh no, I'd be fine with that, bollocks, right? I mean, you're a very different individual, and if you're 20 years later, and that's the only thing. I mean, I've had conversations with my cousins where they will openly use Twitter conversations like SMS, talking about very personal stuff, and I'm like, guys, everyone can see this, and their attitude is, well, it doesn't belong. Well, why would they care? It doesn't affect them. I'm like, no, so it's just. The thing is that now we carry these devices around with us everywhere, right? And we're relying on effectively two corporations, Google and Apple, to vet these apps. Yeah. I think you said about Flipbook. I mean, Flipbook, tracks absolutely everything you look at.
Yeah, we mentioned it before, just coincidentally, that I keep getting emails from Quora, however we decided to pronounce
Curos,
it.
too orangey for crows.
Yeah. My grandma used to win that at the bingo. That and Vimto. What sort of prize is that?
She's the squash.
Yeah. Kiora and Vimto. Come back with that.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever watched Spaced?
Yeah.
It's too orangey for crows.
Too orangey for crows.
What?
I think that I don't know, man. Like I say, with that.
Yeah, because you got Kiora, so you were basically getting emails.
Your weekly digest, and I'm like, well, I haven't got an account.
Yeah.
I haven't got an account, and sometimes that comes up when you search something in Google.
Yeah.
Someone will have asked a question on that platform, but I never click on it.
No.
Because it's always it's not like reading Amazon reviews where you just read them because they're funny. It's just always just people on the high horse, just like typing. They're just paraphrasing "I'm better than you," and then throwing loads of the words around it so it doesn't look like. Do you know what I mean? And I've never done, and then all of a sudden I've got an account, and it's like, what? But then the irony of it is, I then put into Google, why have I got this account?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I'm in the industry obviously from that marketing and digital perspective. Now I know categorically that I'm unable to target any individual based on a voice conversation. Okay, I know I am. Like I know what ads we can do. I know there's certain things like, so if you check in, for example, on Facebook back home, and then you come here, Facebook knows that, so they will say to you, hey, do you want to target people that travel frequently? Or do you want to target people that have been in the UK? And you have that options open to you. There's nowhere that says, Glenn was talking about this with his missus the other day, about a new climbing frame for the back garden. Right? So let's target Glenn with a climbing frame. However, and I know all this, there have been times when I've spoken about something and genuinely I can't remember searching for it and I've seen an ad for it. You know? And that's I mean, look, I know it can't happen because I know I've got the tools access, but it's
I like to think that the kind of optimist in me kind of likes to think that that's like owning a rare car and then you notice them. You just it's in your mind, you notice it.
Okay.
But again, back to the podcasting that we said, what do you listen to? Infinite Monkey Cage is one I listen to.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
I remember they were doing one on there about data or something.
Yeah.
And one of the professors on there, a lady, she said she hadn't searched anything. She because of her field of work, she's very, very careful with her online presence.
Right.
She hadn't done anything. Yet she wanted to buy a bed for a child.
Right.
Logs into her emails for the first time in a long time. Banner ad.
Beds.
Yeah,
kids' beds. Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And I've got that.
Yeah.
And they went through a whole list of potentials and this and that. And
well, I think the thing is, like, when you've got data like Alexa, they're collecting questions and answers. A lot of this can be based on also lookalikes. So, these people have searched these things, so the chances are that you will search this as well. So I get it, and I understand that some of these things will, and look, I'm okay with it. I don't mind being targeted, like I said.
The thing is, you'll only notice the ones that you think,
exactly,
how they got that.
Exactly, how they got
for
that.
For the 400 that came before. That
well, we spoke about this on TechTalk a few months ago, that the only reason that smart TVs have basically dropped in price is because they're selling the data. So you accessing Netflix, and I mean, smart TVs are a bit pantsy, but smart TVs in the real world, track everything, right? Usage, you watch Netflix, you watch BBC iPlayer, you watch all of these things. They're tracking absolutely everything and selling that data on. So they're able to kind of, bring down the overall cost of your 60-inch or whatever in the corner of the room, but you're giving that exchange. And there's been cases where smart TVs have been hacked. So people are sending people messages saying, listen, I've hacked your TV, I'm just letting you know, right? I've been watching you in your pants for the last, 2 months, watching TV, and watching Coronation Street, get a life kind of thing. But it's, I don't know, it's as soon as we have these devices in our hands, they're incredibly powerful. So we are now, for example, recording a podcast on an application called Anchor that will basically allow us to distribute this across a whole host of other platforms. This wasn't even possible 2 years ago, where you're able. This is actually a real test, right? So to let you guys know out in Podaholiks, we haven't even mentioned Podaholiks. We should probably James is probably having a go at us for Podaholiks. We'll put that in the intro. But basically, if you look at the kit that Professor Pikeway or Dr. Pikeway, I tend to mix up what I call him. Professor Dr. Pikeway brings, to a podcast. We've replaced that with this phone. Now, I think the quality, and we can edit and all those kinds of things afterwards, but these devices are so powerful, and we rely on them so much, that I often wonder, going back to your story at the moment of being Twitter, think about, it probably wasn't your dad looking after you, let's say. Let's be honest. It was probably your mum, right? Getting up in the night with a feed, I can say that as well, right? Mum getting up with a feed. It must be boring as shit.
What did they do?
I know. Seriously. Look,
what did they do?
Yeah, how did you entertain yourself?
I know.
You know?
She would have done anything to have had Stan on the polyphonic ringtone.
Exactly.
Point, wouldn't she? Do you know what I mean?
Or Snake.
Yeah.
Or at least play Snake or something, or to keep
there'd be
your balance.
There'd be all like a whole lot of Generation X's that are all like just beasts at Snake.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's
and Minecraft, Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Minesweeper.
Yeah, I got good at that.
Yeah, Minesweeper's random as hell.
Quite good at that.
Yeah.
No, it was. I don't know, with the whole. I think it's just one of those. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Like the best film I'd seen for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd seen Pulp Fiction before this.
Yeah.
The best film I'd seen after I'd seen that was The Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Partly because it was the first film I had on DVD, and it came free or as part of the package with my PS2 when I got a PS2 for Christmas.
Yeah,
so obviously that whole thing in it, but the best film I'd seen, and because of and obviously I'm not sitting here saying I believe we're in the Matrix, but what I'm saying,
some people believe that at the moment.
Well, no, I know that, right?
Yeah.
And because
you spend
of
a lot of time on YouTube, so you probably come across.
Yeah.
You probably come some of those videos.
YouTube wormhole's great, mate.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole, yeah. I mean, it's just like because of the sentiment behind that.
Yeah.
You just kind of laugh everything off.
Yeah.
I never really had that. Oh man, you know.
I'm getting tracked.
Yeah. I've never really cared. It's just like, and another thing I would say is, as much or as little as they may or may not be able to do, like even in to the point in other films where there's like, well, there's a satellite there that can come down and read what you're reading on your newspaper.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
why would they care?
Okay, and then
yeah.
I mean, the worst thing that could happen to me is to find out that I'm in some kind of Truman Show.
Right. Okay.
It's never going to get to that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it can be that bad.
Right.
And as I say, because of all that,
yeah,
we've both got young kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Mate, I'm tracking them.
Yeah.
I'm going to be tracking, and that sounds bad because I did everything I could to make sure my parents didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
I used to.
Well, that's the thing. Actually, you're right, because I remember the days of, Mum, I'm going out. I'll see you tonight. Yeah. I mean, I regularly.
Yeah.
And then you're talking from the age of about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And that was it. And there was a reliance that.
He'll get hungry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mate,
we used to walk to primary school. Like you say, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
We used to go early so we could play football.
Yeah.
Before school.
Yeah.
And then, so I'd be leaving the house at 7:30 to be at school for 7:45 to play football for an hour.
Yeah.
Before we go to school, we'd walk home.
Yeah.
No phone.
That's right. Yeah. Nothing.
No money to put in the phone box.
Yeah.
The phone box was smashed up and there were smackhead in there anyway, so you couldn't use that. But you
get a beautiful picture of my childhood at the moment.
Mate, you want to visit that place? But you get home and then it's like, if your mate said, "Oh, do you want to come to mine for tea?"
Yeah.
Just tell my mum. Your mum said it's all right.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
And then you're having spaghetti and sausages on toast at your mate's house.
Yeah.
You're wandering in the house at 7 or 8 years
That's
old.
right. Yeah.
At like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, totally.
You all right?
Yeah.
Just in time for home and away or whatever.
Yeah. But could you imagine that now with our kids?
I'd be having kittens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd be absolutely losing it. And part of it is the whole safety and numbers thing, and everyone that lived in the village I lived in
knew
lived
everyone
there for 50 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it was like 3rd, 4th generation.
Yeah.
Right, and everyone knew everyone. There was nothing going wrong.
But do you think if they had that technology, they'd use it?
No.
And that's the thing, I think, because now, I mean, I've got obviously friends with older kids, and the main reason they've given them a phone is so they can track them. Yeah. So it's literally like, okay, she's in all the Emirates. It's fine. I know where she is.
There's paranoia though here now. Not here, but everywhere now.
Yeah.
There's been there's all the famous cases in the UK, obviously, where we're from, of schoolgirls and schoolboys going missing, and the worst things happening, and it's paranoia. And I can say that, but I would definitely want to know to the nearest centimetre where.
But this is the challenge, like the tracking. And the openness of these devices, right, that we hold in our hands, also opens you up to just exploitation, because the fact is that there are individuals that will share absolutely everything on these apps. And within a short period of time, you can pretty much determine who that individual is, what the name of their dog is. I mean, all of these kinds of things, because opening themselves up to a whole world of
there was a something I think this was on the Infinite Monkey Cage podcast as well. There's a story of a 15 or 16-year-old girl in America. Yeah. And she shopped at Target or 7-Eleven, but she had a loyalty card. Right. Or a family had a loyalty card. Okay. And whenever they went there, they all used it religiously. And she'd been there, and she'd been searching online for... So she was pregnant, underage and pregnant. She'd been searching online for pregnancy tests, right, and abortion clinics, right, and
going for a rough time, obviously,
and doctors where to go for checking and all this. And then she'd been searching. So whatever is tracking, whatever it is, she's then searching for cost of nappies or diapers, cost of baby food and stuff like this. Through all these cookies on all the sites and the algorithm, whatever they use, and all this stuff. Target or 7-Eleven, whatever store it was, put a coupon package together, sent it to the house in her name.
Jeez, really?
Baby stuff.
Yeah.
So her dad opens it. And goes apoplectic. He's like, "What the hell is this? My kid's 15. You're sending a baby vouchers." Yeah. She has to then come clean and say, "I'm pregnant."
That's it. Yeah.
And that's mental.
Yeah. Totally.
That happens. Yeah. I mean, but that shows you like.
Everything's automated now. If you don't, we've both got Kareem. If you don't use Kareem for a couple of weeks, you're getting an SMS. You're getting an email. Yeah. Hey, listen, if you're not
use this code,
use this code. You want to go on Uber Eats, Deliveroo. I mean, it's all automated. It's based on search, and there was that famous thing with John Prescott when he stood up in House of Commons and said that it's terrible how I keep getting targeted with porn, and basically someone stood up and said, John, that's all based on your search history. Like, it's basically you're not being targeted. But I mean, that's interesting. I mean, at the moment there's a whole thing in the UK. There's this porn pass that's going on, where basically, obviously, in this part of the world it's all blocked. But now in the UK they're blocking access to this. But in the UK they're saying that you need to go to the post office, fill out an application if you want to get hold of that particular activity.
Do you know what? That's absolutely mental to me.
Big Brother stuff.
Do you know why that's crazy to me? Because if you look, we've already given him a shout out here, Ricky Gervais. But if you go back and look at the stuff he got, A-list. I'm talking David Bowie, Kate Winslet, Samuel Jackson to do on that Extras series. Yeah. The stuff he got them to do, the irreverent stuff, the kind of... You got Kate Winslet saying you're guaranteed to win an Oscar if you play Mental.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah. Say that these days, she ain't getting another gig.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
And that's it's only 10, 15 years ago.
15 years, yeah.
And we've gone from the late 90s, the whole early 2000s, new metal, anything goes, screw PC, I'm not bothered about it, to going all the way back again. And
it's strange how it comes around. I mean, I think... connecting those as well. This whole thing that I was going to pull up with Ford and connecting their cars together. I mean, there is good and there is bad attached to that. And we've read that Tesla, basically, each one of the Teslas is connected. They pull in that data. They use it for traffic. They use it for improving... collectively improving navigational systems. They pull all of the data from all the Teslas are out there at the moment, and that's an advantage they have over, let's say, how, from a tech perspective, how intelligent are the cars that you kind of come across every day? Is there any kind of that Tesla-esque?
So we all talk about autopilot on Tesla. That's what everyone's excited about.
Yeah.
I did a wheel alignment course 10 years ago, longer than that, 13, 14 years ago now. Yeah. We've got an Audi A6 which had the Milton Keynes road layout for a certain stretch of the A5.
Yeah.
Taught into it.
Okay.
Through the sat-nav.
Yeah.
And we got in the car and they put it on cruise to 60 miles an hour. Yeah. And the instructor... highly illegal, shouldn't have done it at the time, but he trusted the technology, got out of the passenger seat and got out of the driver's seat and got into the passenger seat, and we were in the back.
Really?
and it drove up to a roundabout. Now, he said to us afterwards, I don't know how much he was taking the mick.
Yeah.
He said to us afterwards, good job there was a car in front of us, because the radar wouldn't have picked the roundabout up. It wouldn't have necessarily slowed down. It would have tried to go around it, but it might not have slowed down. But because it picked the car up, it slowed down for the car and then followed the car. That's 13 years ago. Yeah. So, the cars can do things now that...
Yeah.
Mate, you got...
Well, your Fords will just park themselves now, isn't it? Yeah.
You put when you take your Mini, and there's other cars that do it, but Mini's the best example. You take your Mini in, the service advisor will take your key, plug it in, and it will tell them the mileage, the registration, the VIN, any fault code stored, how you've been driving, max speed, max RPM, if you've done launch control if applicable, anything.
Really?
The whole onboard diagnostic data
is on your key.
Is with the key.
Christ.
Cars are up there. The only thing with it's with Google Maps, right?
Yeah.
So when you get on Google Maps and you see your red lines, it's because everyone's logged into Google, so it gets how fast people are moving.
Yeah.
So on your sat nav, you can have quickest route, shortest route, economical route.
Yeah. Avoid tolls.
Avoid tolls, all that stuff. So I get it, especially for the electric cars. If they're all connected, they can figure out, well, if you go this way, it's using this much, and these that have gone that way, it's used this much. So they can then direct the cars the most efficient way. So I think that's a good thing. But unless everybody's got it,
doesn't work.
What's the benefit? It's like trying to switch from left hand to right hand drive. If you don't all do it on the same day, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You can't just put the lorries on the other side of the road one day and then the cars the next. So unless there's a way.
Pulling everything together.
Everyone has to be together for it to really work, but I do see the benefits in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at something like that, what was it called, OnStart in the States with Chevy.
Yeah.
You know, when they kind of just every single car had OnStart, and you had that push button. If you had a problem, you had a breakdown. Everything was kind of.
General Motors stuff had an issue. You know, if you lock your key in the car,
they
used to do it really.
Help you out, right?
And if you're subscribed to the
OnStar,
Global Star or something like that, wasn't it? They could unlock your car.
Yeah, and that was it's like 5-6 years ago, right? Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, we've spoken about this in the past on the podcast that Amazon now with Amazon Key, Amazon has the ability. If you're a Prime member with Amazon, you have two things available to you in the States. Sadly, not here, but Amazon Key. You have a camera that's attached in your house. And then basically you can give a temporary access code to the delivery driver who will deliver a package in your house. Open the door, right? Gets a temporary key. You watch him on the video on your phone. Delivers the package, shuts the door behind him.
See, this is technology for technology's sake, and the reason that exists is because Amazon Prime used to be able to pay online. They'd leave it on the doorstep. People started nicking it.
Yeah.
So to then combat that, you've got people that you've got to have technology.
Well, they've done it with the car now as well. So they've teamed up with Audi, BMW, Chevy, Dodge. I don't know if Ford are doing it yet, but basically now Amazon deliveries and Amazon Prime members can deliver it to your car. So what they'll do is they'll give you temporary access to your boot, and then basically open the boot, put the packages in, close your boot, and gone.
Can you buy beer on Amazon?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Are they going to deliver that to your car?
Yeah, you can.
See, they need to regulate that.
No. It's me and James talk about the fact a lot sometimes that it's a bit of a pain living in this part of the world with certain things, and I mean the moment that any kind of delivery you could take, I mean it's not always practical here. There's no one at home. You've got your car, you're downstairs in the basement. Hey, listen, this is where I am. Parked up. Blah, 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 put me new digital camera. Put me GoPro in there. It's fine. I'm good as gold. Technology-wise from that side of things. Cool. Okay. Well, look, I think we've kind of ploughed through a bit of tech here, Glenn. So thank you for standing in for Professor Dr. Pikeway today.
How many hours of this do I have to do to get
professorship?
Become a professor, yeah.
I don't know. I think James bought his on. No.
Oh, did he?
No, I think James spent the best part of 9 or 10 years actually. So I can't remember actually. We'll have to ask Miss Pikeway if it was the professorship that came first or the doctorate. Because I've often asked him, what's depending on who you're talking to, what card do you play? You know, because it is the whole.
I imagine as an academic, you want to be a professor.
Yeah, possibly, but on a plane you want to be a doctor, right? Up to the point where there's a doctor,
no,
and you go, I'm a
doctor.
doctor, and then they go, can you help us out? No, I'm sorry, I'm a doctor at communications.
No, you're not.
I can help you speak in front of 1,000 people, but what I can't do is save that man's life.
When you've saved him, public speaking.
When he wants to tell his story, it's fine, no problem.
I want to get one of these honorary doctorates that all these celebrities get.
Well, careful. Well, I think Cosby lost about 60 of them, so you could probably hoover up one of his.
I don't really want one of his.
No, you're right.
No.
I think it's a lot. Yeah, there's probably... We'll leave it there. Thank you again, Glenn. Good next week. Cheers.
You've been listening to Tech Talk with Andrew Thomas from digitalnexa.com and Glenn Power from Sand Dance Tyre. You want to get in touch with the program, Podaholiks with a K at gmail.com, or reach out on your socials, Podaholiks with a K. Share the podcast. We'll talk to you again really soon. So long for now.